Welcome back to another episode. This episode is going to be about murder and cold cases. So stay tuned. Agárrense los calzones because shit's about to get real. Hello guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm so glad to know you guys are back to hear us. To join us. So how was this week?
It was pretty quick to me.
Yeah, it was.
Not mine. I feel like it took forever. Maybe because I had a slow day at work. I feel like the time was just like crawling.
No, and the thing is that because we knew Joanna was like, she was having her last days, I feel like
it went too quick.
Fast. Yeah, definitely.
Y Karina's been calling you Joanna.
Oh my God.
All today she's been calling me Joanna. I'm like, what?
Yeah, because Joanna's not here with us at the moment.
We miss you, Joanna. We miss you already. She just left today and we miss her.
I know, but I hope you have the time of your life.
Yes.
Drink a lot for me.
It's like she could drink here and over there. No, es cómete todas las enchiladas que puedas.
Girl.
Everything. All the mole.
Yes.
I wish I was over there.
You telling me?
Sabe mucho mejor la comida. Aunque lo hagas aquí, es like not the same.
Güey, yo me traumé con un video, hasta te lo mandé, remember? Que el muchacho está en México, ¿verdad? He's from here, but he went to visit over there. Y fue a un taco stand over there. Y estaban dorando la pinche carne. Y luego doraban la carne, sacaban la carne y doraban ahí mismo en el aceite la tortilla.
Yeah.
Talk about he got sick that night. He got salmonella.
Yes, because if you really think about it, like they fry the tortillas with the raw meat.
Yeah,
because usan el aceite de la carne.
And then el aceite todavía para acabar de chingar es de puerco.
Yeah. La manteca.
It's lard.
Le
dicen lard, no?
Lard.
Yeah, girl.
And that shit traumatized me big. It would be my luck.
When you really think about it, like, when you think about it, you're like, good, because se está friendo la tortilla con la misma jugo de la carne. But then when you actually think about it,
you're like, shit.
You're like, fuck, that's not the right way.
No, güey, luego no estamos impuestos a
comer así. That's another thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Girl, I'll be having diarrhea all the time.
Viviendo aquí te hace weak.
Desde una vez start buying your freaking pills for
girl, I learned my lesson. Every time I go to Mexico, me llevo unos 4 Pepto-Bismol, Tums, probiotics, all the good stuff.
No, pero lo bueno de México es que I don't know what the fuck it is, but like let's just say te duele la panza un chingo, like estás pero bro, no dejas el baño, right? They give you a pill for your stomach, like infection or whatever. It goes right away.
For sure.
Nomás le vas a la pinche farmacia
o nomás te dan una shot y ya.
That's what I like. It's quick. No tienes que ir al doctor y esperar a ver que te run your test and wait for that, and then they give you no, girl.
They jump to action, girl. To you. As long as you got that shmula.
Yeah, for sure. Though.
That's true. Oh my God. Well, anyways, enjoy it, Joanna.
Yes, Joanna,
for sure.
Eat the food. Go ahead, girl.
Yes, for us. Un pinche, ¿cómo se llama? Raspado de chile, limón y chamoy.
Y un pinche lotote con un chingo de mayonesa y tajín, güey.
Ay, no. Yo quiero.
Yes. Because them elotes, they're not some pussy ass elotes like here. They're some big corn on the cob. Like, these motherfuckers are huge. Like, big. I'm just like, okay, shit.
Guys, the other day, I was looking through our Apple podcast like information, and it said type of podcast. That bitch said clean. I was like, do they hear us? Do they see how much we curse?
Yo lo pongo clean.
Shut up.
It always tells me explicit or clean. I'm like, clean.
Oh.
So it's like some mother and all the
F-bombs and
mother. And I'm over here thinking, like, when I saw that, I was like,
they're not listening to us correctly. I'm just kidding. For real. I was telling my mom, I'm like, damn, mom, soy bien pinche mal hablada. Like, I curse English, Spanish. I need to, like, tone it down a bit because sometimes I just feel like it's so too much, you know? But I'm like, this is how I speak, though.
Yeah,
but
for sure. But I didn't notice how much we curse until we used to have our own YouTube channel and I was doing editing. Bro, you know how many F-bombs I had to, or just cuss words in general I had to cut off or learn how to bleep?
Pero ¿sabes qué? Se me hace como... I feel like cursing in Spanish is not as bad as English.
Okay. So we'll just keep it like in español.
I feel like in Spanish es como... It's normal.
Yeah.
No? Like...
Sí, in English, no.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Aunque a mi mamá no le gusta, but... Sorry.
No, ¿tu mamá no es mal hablada?
No.
No.
Yo soy la mala hablada.
Se le sale un pinche por aquí y allí.
Ya se le pega, ya se le pega.
Sí. Yo creo que sí, se pega un pinche por aquí y allá, pero así como nosotros,
oh, no. Not like me. My mom would be like, Yesenia. And I'm like, sorry.
¿Por qué será? Well, mi papá era bien mal hablado.
Yeah.
Bien mal hablado. So I feel like that's where we got it.
Yeah.
Pero yo me acuerdo que, like, no, like, when I did not start cursing until I was in my 20s.
Same here. Same here.
No, I was cursing when I was 10. A kid. Yeah. As long as my mom or my dad didn't catch me, like, sure. I was good.
Yeah,
or teachers.
Yeah. No, I never cursed that young.
Our biggest curse word in middle school was way.
Sí, we used to be like, way.
Way. No,
yeah. Way. ¿Y qué era la otra? There was another one. Willy.
Willy.
For real.
You remember?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
embarrassing. God, we love that one. So, Karina, tell us.
What is your tip of the day?
The tip of the day,
yes,
the tip of the week.
Tip of the week, because I want to make a tip of the week because I want to drag it out. I want you guys to don't forget this. Keep it in mind. Take a picture, write it down, put it in the back of your head.
Como dice ¿quién es?
Smokey. He
write
says
it
it on
down,
Friday.
Take a picture, I don't go fuck.
Yeah, that part. No, but tip of the week, for people that are in a relationship, I think if you don't like what you have at home, be honest and just tell the person. Stop wasting people's time. Life is a little bit too short, and wouldn't you want to enjoy someone else in peace and not have to deal with all these, oh my God, what am I gonna say? Or try to keep up with lies. Like, just be fucking honest. Don't be pussies. If you really want something else, just say it. And I'm saying this out of a single, I'm single right now, so I just been seeing, it's almost gonna be a year since I've been single, and I just been seeing so many relationships that they've been together for like 20 years, 15 years and more or less, and their man is out here with another female, and it's like, and if you want that, then just make a decision, speak up, don't be a pussy, and just be real. So that's the tip. Like I said, take it with y'all, write it down. Yeah, because I feel like I feel like not a lot of people speak about it. They let it slide. They let it go.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like people are now making it part of life.
Yeah.
No, it's not like part of life. You guys need to be honest. Just be honest. Especially I've been seeing it more. Yeah, of course, when people are teenagers or in their 21s or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you till 23 for you to get your shit together. Past that, it's no excuse. Either you be honest or take what you have at home. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Period. So don't forget, write it down.
Tip of the day.
Tip of the week. The week, baby.
Yeah. I like that. Okay. So write it down, people. Be true to yourself. The new year's coming. Yeah, so make that a resolution. Live your truth, because bruh, life is really, really, really short.
Hell yeah.
Because me and my son were talking about this, like, oh, like, mom, like, you're gonna, how old are you gonna be, like, in like 20 years? You're still gonna be young. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, you're right, in 20 years. But if you really think about it, it's so short. It's so long, but at the same time so short, because time flies. And I'm like, and you can't think about life like that. You have to really think about it like, what if I die tomorrow?
Pero sabes que I'm not so much of a person to think ahead. I like to plan ahead, like sometimes, if it's tomorrow or special dates like that. Pero in the long run, I feel like I like to think about it day by day, because if I get focused on the future, I get caught up on the future and then don't enjoy that I'm here right now.
I feel you on that. When I was a kid, of course, cuando tenías tu little noviecito, hablabas mucho del futuro. And I feel like that's what fuck us up when we would break up, because you were like, fuck, I was thinking about so much our futuro. I wasn't in the moment. But you're so right. I don't like to, when, you know, obviously when you're talking to people, they're like, oh, que en el future vamos a hacer esto, el otro. Cut it right there. We're going to talk about now. We're going to talk about tomorrow. Yeah, you're right about that.
It's also to have like goals and do that.
Sí, pones goals.
Like as a future. But you should see yourself in the future that way.
No way. I can put my goals in and I set it there.
But you should see yourself in those goals in that time. Maybe not.
No, pero eso como con goals, yes, I get it. Okay. Pero like, así como like go detail, like think about like, oh shit, in 20 years and all this and 20. No. Like, no.
I feel you.
I can't.
Yeah. And like we were talking, and even me and my sister, we were talking about, because yesterday we started our dad's novenario. So we were saying how you have to do it for 9 days for 9 years. So we were like, oh my god, when are we gonna finish? And so we looked up 9 years from now, and it was in 2030. And then we were like, how old are we gonna be? Bro, I'm gonna be in my 40s. Joanna's gonna be in mid 30s. No, she's gonna be 30, and Karina mid 30s,
34, 35.
Yeah. So I was just like, wow, like, you know, like when you look at time like that, you're like, damn, I'm gonna be in my 40s in 9 years. But again, I don't like to look ahead. But it was like, it gets you, because you were gonna do this for 9 years, and it's a long time.
But it's gonna go.
It's gonna go fast, regardless. Of course, because imagínate, it's been a year.
And it comes in handy, like así cuando te pones a pensar, it kind of gets sad to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
For sure.
And then that's when I say YOLO.
Yeah. You know, and after a while, I stopped saying YOLO, but now sometimes you do gotta say YOLO, you know?
For real, you have to snap out of it. You gotta say, girl, because damn,
you do only live once.
I try, but
and once you do something
tired sometimes
today,
to be like, oh ya si me muero mañana, pues ni modo, porque hoy estoy muy cansada. Mañana empiezo.
You think like, fuck it?
Porque, like, siquiera me voy a ir bien descansada.
I'm done with you.
Sometimes, but that's one of my resolutions, guys.
Sí.
Get better at that.
Ay, tú tienes una pinche lista.
I know, I don't have a list. I'm just kidding.
Fucking Santa's list, bitch. That's how long your list
need to do a bucket list.
We do. Me and you've been wanting to do that since years ago.
Yeah, but no, like really, we gotta get to it, and then like let's do one every month.
Yeah, you're right.
Mark it off.
You're right.
Something crazy, girl. We're gonna fly off a plane.
No,
that's what we're gonna do.
I cannot do that.
No, I can't do that. That's
I have high blood pressure. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Dude, I think I would throw up, shit myself, diarrhea.
But that's
first I'm gonna shit hard, then I'm gonna shit diarrhea, then I'm gonna throw up.
Didn't you do something like that?
Then I'm gonna pass out.
No.
No. I got on the.
You got
on the roller coaster that's in Vegas.
Or did you get on the?
Up in the
what
sky,
is it called?
Oh,
it's up in the thing. No, or is it on the floor?
¿Cómo se llama esa cosa?
¿Qué?
I don't know, because
when you swing from one rope to another.
Zip lining.
Zip lining.
You did that?
No, I haven't done it. Girl, I have a lot of shit out of
something in Vegas that you were like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, you're crazy.
I did something.
Yeah,
I did something.
Because they do have crazy shit like that in Vegas.
Yes, they have a roller coaster. It's called New York something. It's like a crazy
but it's up there, like on the side of the building.
Yeah, it's on the side of the building, and it's un pinche, like it goes all around.
Yeah, y luego you can throw yourself off the building.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I wanted to throw myself off the building, but we didn't have time, so I didn't throw off.
And then there's like a slide that you can go down, and it's like off the building.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little pedorrilla slide, though.
Yeah.
But still,
I've seen videos.
Looks scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah,
okay. Dude, like I'm willing to jump off the fucking plane. Like that's one of mine.
I feel like mine too, but I feel like I'll have bad luck and I'll die.
It is what it is, girl. I'd be like, if it's my time, it's my time.
Yeah, you're right.
I won't do nothing with water. I refuse.
with water.
Let's
snorkeling.
No.
Or shark or being
First of all, I do not know how to
47
swim.
meters. Fuck no. Hell no. Guys, we're so getting off topic, but 47 meters gave me nightmares. I cried. After that, I was like, I don't know what I would do if I was down there with my sister. And it was because we have a big bond with my sisters. I have a big bond with my sisters. So the whole time I'm like, fuck my sister, bro. Hell no. Thinking about it right now, it just made my stomach hurt.
Yeah.
No water for
the
me.
Shark shit.
No.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know how to swim, girl.
I like the beach is my favorite spot. Like, me gusta escuchar las olas. Like, it's my place. But for some reason, after a while, bro, I got scared of water. Me da anxiety pensar perderme en el mar. Like, just like being an empty.
Jessica, you literally only you do go all the way in.
I used to, but now I'm like, no, I can't.
En la
orillita. Even my kids will be like, Mom, you're so fucking boring.
That's why I don't like going, because I get paranoid because of that.
Girl,
the beach is not for me.
No, I only put up to my knees. That's it. After that, I can't. I literally, like, in the water, I'm like, ugh, you felt that? I feel shit. No, I'm fuck that. I only do pools.
Let's get back into topic.
Yeah, sorry, we completely got off topic.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I hope you guys are still listening, because this episode is gonna be like escalofriante,
crazy.
Yeah,
I call it crazy.
It was hard for me.
It was for me too. Like, just to think that there's people out there that
are doing this type of things.
You know what? I had to like rewire my brain. I kept on telling myself, like, this is actual people.
This is people, like, that people live through
real
this.
people. It's not like a
TV
like
show.
A movie, a TV show. Because for some reason, every time I hear murder or like something, cold cases, it takes me to a TV show automatically.
Okay. Yeah.
And then when I was doing this, I was like, okay, this is real people. Like, this shit really happened
to somebody.
And it really got to me.
It's really sad. It is. It's sad to think. My thing always is like, what the fuck were these people thinking? Like, what were you? Did you ever not think about your freedom?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And people be having families and kids. It's like, did you not think about that before doing this dumbass shit?
But I think that it's I don't know. I don't when we talk about these, I don't really want to focus it on the people who do it, because at the end of the day, they made the decision to.
They knew where they were getting.
Yeah, but I also think that these type of people, they're fucked up in the brain.
True.
I feel like,
but that's not an excuse.
I know, but you were born with a defect. That doesn't, like, narcissism. And
si te fijas, is they went through some certain trauma or some trigger.
Yeah, of course. Like, pero that's not like excuses, because I'm a trauma. I have hella childhood trauma, y no por eso me siento con las ganas de matar a alguien.
Yeah, but everybody's fucking different, man.
For sure.
They handle shit differently.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So,
yeah, I gotta get ready.
Yeah, get ready. Get your drinks. I mean, these are gonna be hard cases, but they are good. And I felt like, for me, I've like came across it once or twice, but I really didn't know about this case, like the details. I just knew about like the gist of it, but I really didn't go into detail. Like, did you know your case before? You remember?
I remembered just by the photo that I seen. I remembered when I was a kid. I was maybe.
So it kind of called you.
Yeah, it kind of did. I was like, oh, I remember.
But it's not like big known.
But
like,
I don't remember what exactly happened because I was a kid.
¿Tú?
Me, I didn't. Hasta que empecé a leer about it, then I was like, oh, I kind of remember something like this happening.
But yeah, and like it's crazy because like I feel like there's so many cases just like these. Like, these are not just one.
But they all sound similar in a way.
Yeah.
So my case is about a 5-year-old. Her name is Shania Davis, and she was from North Carolina. Unfortunately, on November 10th, 2009, her mom called 911 and said that she woke up and her daughter was gone. She said that she knows how to open the front door, and she perhaps left or snuck out or left.
She said that when she called 911?
Yeah. She says that, she's like, the lady's like, was the door open? And she's like, she says it wasn't, but she knows how to unlock it and lock it back, which didn't make sense to me. How are you going to do that at a front door? Unless you have the key to lock it from the outside. First of all, it didn't make sense. But later on, you find out that, they put out an Amber Alert. And as soon as they did, a tip came in right away. And this is what helped to solve her case a little bit. A lady from a hotel said that he seen a man with that little girl. And they went back to surveillance videos, and you see a picture of a man carrying her, and you can see her face fully. Like, she had no shoes. She had a big jacket, and her hair was just out. Like, she was a mixed girl, so she was mixed, so her hair was just very poofy. But you see her clearly in the video. She was super sad. Yes. And she looks super sad. So they were at that. Then they realized that every time you get a hotel or whatever it is, you have to leave an ID. They take a copy of your ID. So that's how they caught him. And he actually was an ex-boyfriend of the mother's sister. So la tia de la 5-year-old was dating this guy that had her at the hotel in the past. So later on, you find out that the mom actually gave the little girl to that man. She owed him $200 worth. She was in debt with him over $200, and she did not want to, because he told her, because
they're crackheads.
Once they find out that he knows the mom, they question her, like, what the heck, you know who this is, why would you call 911 if you know he had your daughter? And then she breaks and she tells them the truth, that she had a debt, she owed him $200, and he said either you do something with me, I guess you can say, or you give me the $200. And she ended up giving him her daughter,
which he didn't even ask for.
He didn't even ask for, but she just didn't. But prior to that, she was actually being how do you call it?
But she was a drug addict.
The mom, she had drug problems.
What about Mario?
The tia didn't say anything about
they didn't say anything about the tia.
Was she aware that the guy had done that?
She was aware. The tia and the mom, they were aware, because they gave the little girl to the man. So she broke down on the interview, and because nothing was adding up, they found out that they all knew each other. The tia, the mom, and that guy. They all knew each other, and she told them the truth, and they go and they get this guy. The guy says that he did take the girl. He doesn't admit to doing anything to her, but he does say he did take her to the hotel, which to me was disgusting. He rented a hotel to molest this little girl.
He told them that?
No, but you know, they say he got a hotel. And you can see him walking in with the little girl by himself, and then walking out with her by himself. No one else. And he just never, how do you say it? He never admits that he raped her. He just admits of taking her and dropping her off somewhere. He says he doesn't even remember, but he swears he dropped her off. Then they go back to the mom and they tell her, like, hey, what else? You know, anything else? And she just doesn't even want to bother to talk about it anymore. So they go back to the guy. They trick him, I guess. And they tell him, hey, she spoke about everything. We know you did take her. You did have her. What happened to her? He doesn't want to talk about it. But later on, his attorney told him that if you pretend that you're sorry for doing whatever you did to the girl, maybe they'll forgive you, and they won't give you the death penalty, because at first, as soon as they put him into prison or jail, they were already sentencing him to death penalty. Okay. So they ran off of that. The attorney was like, yeah, just, you know, say what you got to say, what happened to her. So at the end, he actually admits to killing her. And he says he doesn't remember he dropped her body off.
He killed her at the hotel?
After the hotel.
After the hotel.
After the hotel, he
killed her. So when he left with her, todavía estaba...
Ella estaba viva cuando se fueron del hotel. She was alive still, the 5-year-old. And they go and they find her. They do find her on November 16th.
How many days after the whole missing
if you count from the 9th to the 16th, it was several days. I would say like
almost
a
9
week
days later?
and a half. Yeah.
Damn.
That they found her. She was molested and she was strangled.
Molested or raped?
Smothered. Raped. Not molested, sorry. She was raped and she was killed. Smothered. But he actually tried to appeal his death penalty.
I know, that's why when she told me, I was like, ¿con qué cara?
Like, todavía that they
so
did...
he doesn't feel remorse?
No.
I don't think he does. Because if you appeal...
You're basically saying that I didn't do it.
What is that? Death penalty.
Okay. Y luego like, where did he smother her? Like, in the car or what the hell?
He never said details.
He never said details. He just said he did kill her.
Porque te acuerdas que Karina dijo que the attorney...
So that she wouldn't say anything?
Probably. I'm not too sure.
He was going to get caught, stupid ass.
Yeah, probably. But the mom, before all of this, the dad was in the little girl's life. The dad actually tried getting custody of her, but la mamá le ganó al papá. And the dad would have her sometimes, and he said that they would see cigarette burns on her, bruises. Like, they were mistreating this little girl. The mom was mistreating her.
And how come he didn't take her to court?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's when she told me that, I was like, what? Like, and why wasn't he like, I would do everything for my kid if I saw him. Yeah, so I don't know.
He was already married with someone else. Maybe that had a lot to do with it. I'm not too sure. But they say that weeks, like maybe 2 weeks before her death, before her missing, they actually... police had broken into her house. How do you call it? Like, they raided her house for drugs. Shit. So the system failed. Once, I guess, you are being raided and there's children in the house, they have to automatically call DCF or report you to the children's and families to check you out, to make sure that the kid is in a good environment, or that it wasn't, or that they are not in a good environment. They failed to do that. So then 2 weeks later, the little girl goes missing and she's dead. Now, the mom, I honestly, as the man, his name is Mario. As guilty as he is, I feel like they should have gave the same penalty to the mom. Because why would
what happened to her?
Okay, so the mom, she was actually sentenced for 17 years.
No más?
No, nada más. El señor, they gave him the death penalty.
Good.
He did try to appeal. They denied it. All the jurors, they all agreed for him to get the death penalty.
Hell yeah.
Which I agree as well. That is just fucking disgusting.
That is.
You know, one thing that I dislike is like, okay, I agree with death penalty, but make them suffer. Cut off the penis. Cut them penis. Chop it off bit by bit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure they already go through all that in jail. I'm pretty sure
so.
they...
I hope so. Like, como dicen, nunca le decías mal a nadie, but those type of piece of shits, you... Like,
what is it with kids? Like, ¿por qué tienes que, like, mess up a life of an innocent child? Like,
for sure.
Like, era 5 años, güey, like, ¿por qué? Like, hoy también que cruza, qué madre, like, vende a su hijo. Nomás por no dar el pinche culo, porque no dio el culo nomás.
Yeah. And then it also said that day that she gave the daughter to that man, the man was on really bad, like he was on drugs. And he was acting very aggressive with la lady. Y todavía la lady le dio la hija. O sea, to me that was just
cómo sufrió esa
disgusting.
And then the way you say how she was messed up all her, she didn't have shoes, oversized shirt, like she must have been like
in a hurry.
No, yeah, pero what else had happened before that? Para que ella estuviera así.
Yeah.
And did it happen before with somebody else? Because if she did it with that man, imagine how many other men touched that little girl, molested her. Did
she was already being mistreated. They were already burning her and beating her up and
literally
all this shit.
Both of the parents felt that poor girl.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Both of them.
Definitely.
The parents, the system. Como te digo otra vez, it's like we live in this nice ass country. But what the fuck? How do you let shit like this run through cracks? Girl,
because
I don't like to get about I don't like to get into details, right? Because I don't want to ruin Karina's case. Take over, que diga. But girl, I mean, I've seen documentaries where the children and family system is fucked up.
Oh yeah,
and
everybody knows about that.
And I'm like, that's crazy. Del muchachito, el niño. It's just like sad how things go through the cracks. That girl could have been alive if they would have just called the right people.
Yeah.
Y andan acá quitándole los niños a gente que sí es buena. Have you heard of those cases?
Yeah,
that is insane.
But overall,
there was justice.
There was justice. Some justice.
I don't see it as justice because that poor little girl is not coming back.
No, she's
but
not.
At least he got a death penalty because we got parents here killing kids.
Has he died? They already gave him? No,
no, not yet. But you know how that's one thing I don't understand about death penalty. If you assign somebody death penalty, why do you give them 16, 17 years, 8 years, or 20 years for them to be living here, to be alive, and us paying for their food?
Yeah.
Why do you wait 16 years to kill them when they literally killed someone in split seconds?
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. Why do you want to keep them when you can, I know this is going to sound really mean, you can just give them death penalty? That's a less person we have to take care, like worry about, take care, feed, bathe.
That they don't deserve it.
That they don't deserve it. If you already gave them death penalty, might as well just shut the lights already. Why are you holding on for?
Pretty much.
That's what I don't understand. I don't understand it. They should change that law.
Exactly, especially with all those evidence they had. And he confessed.
So they both confessed. They both confessed.
And it's crazy because no matter what, I guess they have rights, right? That's when they don't kill them right away.
Yeah.
No, but I feel if you take that step where you're gonna hurt a young child, especially a young child, your rights should be like taken ASAP from you. Like you're no longer a human being. You're a piece of shit. You're worthless. So no rights. That's simple. Because I feel like if they don't make it an effort to make a change on that, there's gonna be more murders out there because
you know
they're gonna be like, well, I'm just gonna chill in jail.
In the United States, you know how many people are out here and on death penalty? I would say 1,000 people are still waiting for their death penalty, and it's like, why not just take them all down? Shit, the fuck.
That's crazy.
Let us go in, we'll do it for you.
For real. I guess they want to leave them to suffer for 16 years
Pero
and not be shit.
Do they do?
Yeah,
tell me. They don't have to worry about paying bills.
They're just chilling. That ass. Ahí rascándose los huevos.
Yeah.
While us bitches out here working, paying fucking taxes and for their nasty socks and shit.
But that one is crazy.
This one is crazy. And of course, there's more details if you guys ever do want to search up her case or just, hear out her story. You can just go ahead and search it up. Her name is Shania Davis. Let's not forget her name. And I hope she rests in peace. And I'm so sorry, baby girl, this happened to you.
So my case was on 8-year-old Maddie Clifton. She was born on June 17, 1990. I wanted to say that because, that kind of shows you how old she was. She was literally my age. She was born the same year. Well, what happened to Maddie is that on November 3rd, 1998, she went missing from her home in her hometown in Jacksonville, Florida. all of the community came together to look for her, and like, porque ya estaba de nochecita, porque she went, the last time her parents saw her was at 5 p.m. So like people were looking for her, like con flashlights. The community came out, you know. Well, that's when her mom decided to call 911 at 5 p.m. because it's the last time, you know, that they saw her or whatever. So she goes missing for a week. Yes, a week. And when that happened, you know, it became a big case because the news was out there. Like, everybody was looking for her. They even had a $100,000 reward. Dollars reward, yeah. And so she goes missing for this week, and she was a cool kid. Like, she was smart for her age. Like, she was good at basketball player. I think they said she was a piano player. Like, she was a big 8-year-old. So what had happened? Okay, so then she had a neighbor. His name was Josh. Let me look. Ya se me olvidó su nombre. Porque es que I didn't want to focus too much on him. So I didn't even write his last name. So she had a neighbor, Josh. Y también él estaba allí buscándola, like handing out flyers, así, ¿verdad? So it turned out that he was the one that killed her. Yeah.
The neighbor?
The neighbor, Josh.
Was he her friend?
Yes.
How old was he?
He was 14.
Oh, okay.
So what happened is he had just moved there, and like even though, you know, because I just told you, like, she was a little mature, like, you know, and they never questioned.
She was 8.
Yes.
Okay.
So she considered him as a friend. So it wasn't new that they would play together, you know. So nobody questioned.
It is questionable because how can an 8-year-old girl be playing with a 14-year-old boy?
Yeah, I know.
Usually 14-year-olds are hanging with 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
But if you look at it back then, yo creo no se escuchaban muchas cosas. No se miraba mucho así. Like now, that would be questionable now.
Yeah. So what happened? So this is the story. It's because I feel like I have to go back. Give me a second. Okay, so basically they arrest him at school. And even people were like, what?
But what led to that?
Yeah, but it's because this one I was like, this is where it goes. Because then I didn't tell you this is what he said happened. Okay, so he was arrested for her, basically. And so then when they captured him, he said what happened.
No, but what led to suspect that it was him?
Okay, but that's part of the thing. Just know he got arrested.
Okay.
And like, yeah. And everybody was like, what? Josh? Like, are you the Josh that, like, you know? And like, because they arrested him at school. So people were like, what the hell? Like, you know?
Yeah.
They never questioned him. Okay. So this is what he said happened. So apparently around that time, she went to play. She went to knock on his door. To come out and play with her or whatever, and he had said no at first because his dad did not allow other kids in the house when their parents weren't home. Because supposedly his dad was very strict. He was very angry guy, scary guy, whatever. So he ended up saying, yeah, you know, he wasn't doing anything. So he said yeah. So they went to his backyard to play baseball kind of. So apparently what he says is that they were playing catch or whatever, and then the ball hit her in the face.
Okay.
So when the ball hit her in the eye, like in the face eye area, she started screaming and bleeding supposedly. So then supposedly this is what happened. He says happened. So supposedly he took her inside and she kept screaming. He got panicked because he thought, oh, my dad can show up any minute. So he hit her accidentally. They use that he says he accidentally hit her 3 times with a bat in the head.
What?
Yes, to tell her to shut the fuck up, basically.
What in the world?
Yeah. And then he put her under his waterbed to hide her.
Wow.
So apparently when the dad got home, she was still alive when he put her under his bed. So for her, she was moaning, making noises because obviously she's in pain. Yeah. You know?
And then the whole water colchon on her.
Yeah, like I don't know how that was, but the point is that happened. So for her to be quiet, he pulled out a knife and he stabbed her. Some this is the thing that I didn't like about looking at the case, because some cases said that he strangled her as well. Some say he stabbed her in the neck. The thing is that he stabbed her multiple times, like 7 to 11 times.
Oh no.
So then after that, you know, he's out there for a week. He slept under, like on top of her for a week.
Didn't it smell?
Oh, that's where I'm gonna go to.
Okay.
So then, okay. Oh yeah, I found his last name, Phillips. Josh Phillips. He was the one that, Anyway, so then one day, you know, the mom's like, let me clean this room or whatever. And she saw like the smell, like, you know,
but she only smelled it when she was about to clean the room.
It didn't specify. It just said that the mom, you know, she was in the room. She saw it was messy, so she was cleaning. And then she saw that in the corner of the bed, like, había líquido. He had a water bed. So she's like, oh, shit, like, it's leaking. So she took off the thingy, like the board. And when she looked, it was her body. She found them. And apparently she didn't even have to go far to, like, get the cops. They were across the street at the little girl's house because, you know, they were
still investigating.
They were still investigating. Well, yeah, like, so she went over there. She told them that, you know, that they had to find her or whatever. So then that's when they go and they arrest him at school. And, you know, it was very weird because this person, like, he said it was an accident. And, like, how are you that afraid? Like, he wasn't afraid. Because you kill somebody. Like, there's no way, you know?
Yeah.
Because everybody was like, no, like, you know, maybe there's some trauma because of the dad or whatever. Girl, when you see the pictures of the evidence they found in his room, first of all, he had hid the bat behind his dresser. And then they found the knife. And then he had a lot of air fresheners around his room. So he was trying to cover up the smell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, there's so many details to this case. And like, I wish I can get to everything. But yeah, so he had a lot of air fresheners. He had just burnt incense in his room to try to cover up the smell.
Oh my God.
And then he had her picture, because you know they had like the missing picture.
Yeah.
He had it up there like así al lado de los air fresheners ahí en su buró. Wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with her picture, you know, so he knew.
Yeah.
And who sleeps on top of a body like that? Like, you know,
He's
he
crazy
had to
ass.
know. Exactly. So yeah, so they arrested him and they did do like the trial. And the trial only lasted 2 days.
Why?
Because the attorney, he didn't allow him to do the stand, like, you know, to go up and say his part.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any witnesses. Like, they didn't like put the mom up there or the dad. No one. Just whatever.
Just the case, whatever they found.
Yes. So yeah, and they only deliberated for only like about 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yes.
I didn't need 2 hours for that. I would have been like.
So they did find him guilty for first-degree murder.
Good.
With life in prison without parole.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, but wait, it gets crazy.
Why?
Because this was in 1998, and apparently after that the Supreme Court found that mandatory life sentences for juveniles was unconstitutional.
Oh yeah, they
in
had
2012.
changed that.
So he became eligible for a resentencing hearing.
Oh no.
Yes, girl. And he did this in 2017. But the judge upheld the original sentence.
Good.
So shut the fuck up. So this is what caught my attention. In 2023, he can re-ask for it.
I know.
See, wait. So next year, and then, you know, and like I said, I don't want to get too much, but apparently he's like, he got his GED and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And so then apparently in the resentencing thing, he spoke. He did a letter talking about how he was so sorry. But a lot of videos that I saw, they were saying how the letter was not saying he was sorry for what he did. Like it was more like about him, like, not about her. So it was like a very narcissist thing. So that makes people think you didn't change.
No.
Okay. I'm going to take a little longer, but a lot of people say that they don't believe his story.
No.
One, the ball that supposedly hit her head and she was bleeding with, there was no blood on it. There's no blood on the ball. There's no blood outside where he said he hit her. So then when they were searching his room, he had a computer. In the computer, they found disturbing porn. Like aggressive teenage kid, like abusive porn, like very heavy shit. So they say that he was probably trying to, like, you know, his head was already there because a couple minutes before she came over, he was into it. Yes. Then they say that after she was under the bed, he went right back to what he was doing. Yeah. And they found her with no undergarments. Like no pants or underwear. Wow. But she has no signs of
like
assault. Rape. She has no signs. And then they were saying that he actually was trying to target the older sister because he had a picture of her in his room. Wow. But maybe the ball did hit her. I don't know. Or maybe I don't know. Something happened that he basically he's sticking to his story, but people are saying that no. Because they found the porn and they found
there's too many evidence out there that proves
there's
something.
Too much. That's
premeditated.
That's the thing. They cannot say he premeditated. Like they can't say he premeditated. Yeah, like he didn't think, like he didn't do it before. Like he wasn't planning to do it. Yeah. But because you did plan, like you did all these things to hide the body. Yeah. He knew what he was doing. Exactly. So that's why they didn't. They kept the original sentencing. That's why they did not give him like a new sentencing. Yeah. But yeah, that is insane. Like it's good. Know that the other story makes more sense. Yeah. Yeah, but I thought it was crazy. It just caught my attention. Like every detail of this case, I was just like, what?
It's really
and just how the fuck do you go to school, you have a regular life, like the only thing the mom says that maybe he was acting a little extra quiet than usual that week, but other than that he was living his normal life.
Did they ever say how the dad was like treating him?
Well, they said no, like he was just strict. He was just a strict dad, like that yelled once in a while, like
any other dad back in the 90s.
Exactly, but he was hella strict, but he didn't like that. But yeah,
so he was a little psychopath.
Oh my god, shut up. So another part of the case was that they tested him and he did have something in the frontal lobe. Like he had like I want to say like a scar, like there was damage to that part of his brain. So they're saying that he did have like a murder, like a killer vibe, basically. You know, like his brain was messed up. Yeah. But there's no reason why because everybody's shocked because he had no crimes. He was like a basic person. He was, just had C's in school and basic person, and he just turned into a murderer. Yeah. Yeah. But that was intense. Like the whole case, every time I'm like, like tengo aquí, like, and te digo, like it caught my attention because she would have been my age. Yeah. And like I was alive. Like maybe I didn't pay it too much attention. We were young. It was happening like around our time. Yeah. Like
around your time.
Yeah. Well, mine and Jesse's. Yeah. But yeah, definitely it was me daba like. Imagínate cómo pasaba, porque cuando la sacaron de allí, like she was still holding to the bed frame, like her hand was holding the bed frame, so she was alive. Like if he could have just said hey while they were looking for her, and she was still alive. Like, and I don't know, it just gives me the fucking just makes me some type of way.
But it's good that you're talking about about this now, because con eso que he can go to appeal this in 2023.
That's
it's good to put it out there for other people to hear, and to bring awareness of what's going on with this case, because seriously, a kid like that, I mean, come on, I doubt that he's getting help in there.
Oh, no. That's another thing, that he has not gotten any type of like counseling. What makes you think he changed? Just because he got a GED, that doesn't make no sense.
Anybody can get a GED.
Exactly.
That doesn't make you a better person.
But definitely, when I saw that he was up for the resentencing again in 2023, definitely I was like, oh no.
I don't know.
Let it go.
Yeah, maybe because he was 14, his conscience wasn't so heavy. But how the hell could you walk out of your house and look across the street?
No,
and see the cops at her house.
Shut the fuck up. Tell me how you're 14 and you're sleeping on top of a dead body. Oh, cállate. He didn't just do that. The parents ended up divorcing. His dad ended up dying in a car accident. He changed everybody's life for the worst,
Yeah. And then he had just moved into the neighborhood.
Exactly. And
he completely changed his life.
The sister decided to buy the house off the dad. So now she lives in her childhood home. The older sister. Because remember I told you she had an older sister?
Yeah.
So she said she's there to keep her memory alive.
Oh.
Yeah. So this was a tough case for me, guys. I can't lie.
Yeah. That's insane.
It is.
So last but not least is mine. I'm kind of nervous.
You got this.
Yeah. So this one, it all happened in Mexico.
Okay.
To be more specific, in Tijuana. Mm-hmm. En este caso le llaman la descuartizadora de Tijuana. Oh. So the dismember mm-hmm. from Tijuana. Yeah. So this case, it was a bit disgusting, to be honest. So,
and this one is a cold case.
Somewhat a cold case, I could say.
Yeah.
Because so it all starts with a family that moved from Ukraine. Era una pareja
from Ukraine to Mexico.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this couple, they met, right? And they were part of a circus. I mm-hmm. forget the circus name, pero era muy famoso el circo. Mm-hmm. So they ended up moving to Mexico because that's where they wanted to start their life. So they committed to working with the circus, and mm-hmm. they moved to Mexico with the circus. Mm-hmm. And then when they decided to have kids, they settled down in San Luis Potosí. Yeah. So when they were in San Luis Potosí, they had their first daughter, Anastasia. Mm-hmm. And then a few years later, they se retiraron del circo, so se movieron para Tijuana because la pareja, mm-hmm. they were very how can I say? They had a lot of professions. Mm-hmm. So the mom se llamaba Yulia. Mm-hmm. Julia, I don't know, it's a Ukraine name. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it. Well, she was known, she was a good dancer. Mm-hmm. And the dad was Igor. Their last name is a bit weird. Se llama Lechenko. Mm-hmm. So, wow. Yeah, because they were from Russia.
Ukraine.
Yeah. Yeah. So the dad was hired to pretty much be a coach for this group of girls. Mm-hmm. So they moved to Tijuana, and it was going pretty good. And they ended up having a second daughter. This daughter, she ended up, she was born in 2003, but she had a disability. She had autism. Mm. So after the second daughter, la atención se enfocó más en la hija, mm-hmm. the younger daughter.
Yeah.
So they were going through a hard thing, focusing on their autistic daughter, mm-hmm. and the dad ended up leaving.
Oh, damn.
So both of the girls, they mm-hmm. stayed with their mom, mm-hmm. Anastasia and Valeria. Valeria mm-hmm. was the younger one. Mm-hmm. So the mom started noticing that Anastasia started getting out of control. Mm. So she started getting out of control. At the age of 14, she started doing drugs.
She was probably trying to get attention because all the attention went to the little sister.
Yeah. So she was 14. She started with marijuana, and then it all increased. And, she went up to she was taking methamphetamine.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and she was very young. So
Damn. She went in heavy.
Yeah. So that, it was going off. Like, she was going out of control. She was not showing up to school. Like, she was getting rowdy. Yeah. So they ended up admitting her to rehab. The parents, both of the parents, they noticed, like, she's too out of control. Let's get her into rehab. Yeah. She didn't last long in there. That girl, she came back out, and she went back to her old ways. Wow. After that time, so in February 2015, she ended up just leaving the home. The mom didn't knew what had happened to her. The mom thought, like, this girl got kidnapped. She's because missing. We're talking about Tijuana. Yeah. It's very dangerous con cartel and all that. So she started notifying. She put a report. Yeah. So February 27th, so about 10 days, 12 days later, Anastasia calls. So she says that she's doing fine, that she found a job. She was in Sinaloa. Not to worry about her.
What?
Yeah.
From Tijuana to Sinaloa?
Yeah. And so this was 2015. Just keep that in mind. So it was not that far out. Yeah. But it was all a lie. She was hanging out with teenagers, reckless teenagers. They were hard. Like, she was doing hard drugs out there. Wow. It got really bad. So months later, she does return home. But the mom starts noticing, like, she's not, she's good. She's not good. She's nothing seems right. Yeah, she's worse. She's out of control. So they ended up putting her in rehab again. So this time she went into rehab. This was June 2015. She comes out. She goes. She moves in with the mom. Nothing has changed. So in June 2015, unos neighbors reported that they had heard screams, and which was normal. Right? No. The difference was that in this fight that they had heard, they hear the Anastasia, the oldest daughter, que le grita a la mamá que ya está harta de ella, que la va a matar, le dijo, te voy a matar, hija de la chingada.
So the mom said that to
the daughter to the mom.
Damn.
And so there's witnesses of all this argument. Yeah. So so that day is when things get out of control. Yeah. So this girl, she leaves. Supuestamente ella se va de la casa.
After the argument.
She does. She leaves, but when she comes back, it's already late at night, and she walks in, and she was already planning this shit because she walks in. Her mom was sitting on the couch watching TV. She wraps a rope around her mom's neck, chokes her to death. She literally wraps the rope around her neck and leans on the couch all the way back, like all her weight on her. And she says that she waited there for 25 minutes to make sure that she was dead.
Jesus, oh my God.
25 minutes. After she kills the mom.
She was determined.
She kills the mom, and then she moves to the little sister. Remember that little sister has autism. By this time, the little girl was 12 years old. So she was already asleep because she returned back home when it was already nighttime. Yeah. So she did the same thing to the little girl. She wrapped around the rope, that same rope that she killed the mom with. She took the same rope and choked the little girl to death.
Oh my God.
Now, this gets gruesome, dude. Just letting y'all know. FYI. So this girl, she kills them both. They're knocked out. She drags them down, both of them, to one spot. And the craziest thing ever, she started with the little girl first. She went to the kitchen, grabbed a regular knife, and gushed out the eyes. The little sister's eyes out.
She took her eyes out.
Popped them out.
Oh
the eyes
God.
Out. Yeah. So then she decides to jump with the mom. La mamá la abre y le quita el corazón. Oh, she takes that. Oh, and the eyes, the little girl's eyes, she throws them in the toilet like if it's nothing. So she just throws them off. The heart, she takes out the mom's heart, and she does the same thing to the sister. She takes out the heart as well. And then she proceeds to leave them there for a while. She leaves because she read that you have to leave the body a little bit cold to make it easier to cut them up.
Oh,
so she said that she had already heard about this. So
she had already made research, basically.
So she leaves, comes back, and started dismembering the mom and the sister.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Disgusting. So it took her, she even said it took her 4 hours to dismember her mom.
Jesus.
4 hours. Yeah.
Oh my.
And 3 hours to dismember the 12-year-old sister. 3 hours with the sister. 4 with the mom and 3 with the sister.
Jesus.
And then, so it pretty much took her all night.
Yeah.
All night, dismembering, bagging. Oh, when she took the break, after killing them, she went to buy bags, black bags, to put the body parts in. So she cleaned everything. And after she killed them, she froze. She didn't know what to do. So she was in the apartment freaking out for 2 days. After 2 days, she left. She left. By the time she was leaving, after the 2 days, the neighbors had already started smelling a weird smell. Like, they knew something was wrong. Yeah. They never smelled the smell. It was disgusting. Everybody was smelling it.
So basically, like, she put them in bags, but she, like, left them there.
Yeah, because she didn't know what to do with them. Yeah. So she leaves. So then the neighbors start calling, reporting that smell. It was a horrible smell. And again, because it's Tijuana, you know, they know something's up.
Yeah.
So they reported it and they go investigate. By around the same time that the police department arrives to investigate, they're getting an anonymous call from a person that is saying that her friend just killed her mom and sister.
Wow.
At the same time, but they still hadn't connected dots. So the cops say that it was the worst thing that they've ever seen in their career lives, and they had been in that for 20 plus years, and then they said it was the worst. So they pick her up right away. They started connecting dots, who this girl was. They pick her up. Anyway, so this is where it gets kind of like iffy. Is it a cold case? Is it whatever? Because all this that I just explained to you, this is exactly what the oldest daughter confessed to.
Yeah,
she said
all those things.
Yeah. So when she went to court, you know, she went to trial, and they gave her 80 years.
Oh shit!
In Mexico. But she appeals it because she started saying afterwards, she grabbed an attorney. At first, la agarraron, ¿verdad? Después de que they picked her up, they let her go because there was not enough evidence. They let her go, and then days later, they ended up doing more, and the reason why they let her go was because they didn't found any prints of her, like, there was nothing to
she had clean to go, basically.
Yeah, but there was a partial print of let me tell y'all this, of a male, right? And it turns out that is like, because of the DNA, or I don't know, that they found, plus the partial print, it's like related to one of the family members. So that's the creepy part. So you know, like, eso lo que se dice, right? But by that time, they knew there was partial prints, but it was not hers. By this time, it was not detailed yet. So that's why they let her go. They bring her back because a lot of people are like going crazy, like, no, she's a killer, she confessed. And the witness, so they bring her back, and that's when they sentenced her. So when she got her attorney, the attorney started saying, she started telling like the people making interviews that the cops had actually forced her to say this story.
What?
She said that they had her locked up. She does confess that she was a bit drugged up. Supuestamente they had done a drug test on her, and there was no drugs on her, but she says that she was drugged up. She said she was already drugged up, but not to the point where she didn't know what was going on. She said that the cops were slapping her, punching her,
torturing her,
pretty much torturing her, that she had to say this, or otherwise it was going to be worse for her.
Oh God, this just went left. Now I don't know what to believe.
She also said she got assaulted, and there is proof where they called the medics, and they ran a test on her because when that was happening, I guess it got really bad, and it shows that she was assaulted through all of this. Well, they were trying to get the confession.
Oh no.
So now it's like crazy. Like, who do you believe? Did they really force her to say this?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, this family, you gotta think about it. They were very known. Like, the mom was a dancer.
Yeah.
She was a very famous dancer. They were part of a circus. The dad was too. They were somewhat of a big
deal. The dad in all of this? They don't say.
It doesn't say much of the dad. Okay. So when the lawyer stepped in after I guess you can say appeal, that's when they started saying, like, okay, what about the DNA, partial DNA? How come you haven't investigated that? And then there's the questioning, how can a 19-year-old, she's a skinny girl, a skinny, she wasn't that tall. How can a skinny girl dismember a full-size adult?
Yeah.
And
I mean, but I think.
And then clean up. Imagine how much blood there would have been dismembering two bodies. Two bodies.
I mean, but she was in that home for 2 days.
After she supposedly dismembered, though.
She was probably cleaning.
Well, maybe, but
I don't know. It's crazy.
Because it could. How do I say it? People are
too
like
much
that.
Anger over nothing. Like, I feel like it was. You had to have a fucked up brain or very hate towards the mom. Like, there's no reason why. Obviously, they had their
issues with.
Yeah, but for her to take out the heart, did they say what she do with the heart and the eyes?
So she said that she took out the eyes and the heart because she was so sure that her mom was doing brujeria on her. And that days before killing her, she said que ella tenía una picazón all over her body. So she was itching all over her body. Like, it was like an itchiness that it was not normal for her.
It was the methamphetamine.
For real.
And she said that she was sure that it was her mom and sister that were cursing her. So she had read that in order to break that curse, you had to remove the eyes and the heart. So that's why that was the first thing she did.
But you see, that's too detailed. I feel like she did it. Like, there's no way. Like, I feel like if you have a story and you say, like, basic, like, okay, yeah, I did it. But it goes too in detail for the cops to make shit like that up for her.
Yeah, that's what makes me question. But then again, I mean, there's evidence where she got assaulted.
Yeah, it's like,
but that has nothing to do with it. Like, what if there's nasty ass cops everywhere?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if they
just took advantage of the moment? I feel like.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. What if she did do it and then, like, they knew that she was gonna be fucked? She was gonna go to prison. Nadie le va a creer. Yeah. So, like, let's just rape her or whatever.
Yeah, it could have been that. I mean, there are shady over there.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. So, it's kind of like, it's I don't know.
It's
at
a
first,
mystery.
Because it's very personal.
Yeah.
Like, taking somebody's eyes and heart is very personal.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, personal. Like, at first I was like, yeah, she did it. Like, she was already fried in the brain.
Yeah.
That's what she did.
Was a straight up crackhead.
But when she starts saying, like, about the sexual assault, how they had slapped her around and all of this, and she actually had bruises on her body as well. So I'm like, but then again, like, I never saw it like the way you just said it. Like, maybe they were just taking advantage of the situation.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Because even if you go in and you look at her, she looks off. There's something wrong with that girl.
Yeah. And I mean, like,
you can note it already.
Doing drugs for that long, I feel like it does mess with you. And I feel like it was so personal. I feel like because you said, like, I feel like she felt like maybe her sister took all the attention from her parents.
Yeah, and the thing that the dad said is que nunca le faltó nada. They were well off. They had money, both of the parents, but and the dad was consistent in their lives.
Yeah,
and the dad said he nunca les faltó nada. They had the money. She had the ability. Like, if she wanted to go buy something, she could have.
Yeah. Is she still in jail though?
Oh yeah, she's still in there. Yeah, because this happened in 2015.
Oh yeah,
so she'll be there for 80 years.
And then why stick around for 2 days?
Exactly, smelling and looking at the dead bodies.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, that bitch was crazy.
I feel like it could go either way.
At least she got caught, though. At least, she did do it. I mean, who else could have done it,
Yeah. I'm telling you, I thought maybe the dad was going through some shady, shit with the cartel, and they're trying to get back at him. And I think maybe that was her route of getting out of it, maybe. Like, blaming it on the cartel. Porque in 2015, shit was going off.
Yeah, she was popping off.
But I'm telling you, it's too personal. The eyes and the heart give her away, for sure.
And I just felt disgusted, to be honest.
Yeah, when you hear things like that, yeah, for sure.
And
I'm telling you, there has to be something wrong with the brain.
And then the thing is, when they did an interview, they were asking her, so what really happened? She goes, when I went back after that argument, I grabbed the key. The door was locked, so I grabbed the extra key under the washer. And she says that she walked in and she noticed that there was a mess around the house and a mess on her room. So she started cleaning, and she started with the front porch. She started cleaning in the front porch. And I'm like, girl, the front porch, that's the outside. Yeah. And then she said that when she started walking back, she noticed that there was a smell coming from the back door. And then that's when she started going to the back door where the back room was, and she noticed the body parts.
But why did she call the cops?
That's what I'm saying.
You see, there's a lot of inconsistencies.
And then she said that that's when she left to her friend's house, and she said that she told the friend to call the cops. But in the report, it says that there was an anonymous call.
And said that her friend killed her mom and her sister.
She's like, I'm reporting my friend that she said she.
Yeah. So it's crazy. Like, I mean, she looks guilty all the way.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it is. Girl, I don't know. This is, and I don't like looking into this because it gets to you and it gets you upset.
Oh my God, yeah. It gets you scared. It gets me scared. It gets me like, damn, all this is out here and we don't know about it.
And there's so many cases, like
a lot of them.
So many. Do you know how I went down the list and I'm like, how do you just pick a case to say out there?
Yeah.
But I'm like, they're intense. Like, I sent you a story and it sounded just like the one that I said, that she was killed by her 14-year-old cousin and she was around the same age, 8.
Yeah.
And the same thing, he put her under his mattress.
No. They went out to the woods to ride bikes or something, and supposedly, I'm not sure if he sexually assaulted her, but he hit her, and then he threw her in the woods.
Oh shit!
And then it took a little bit to find.
It happened recently
in 2022 April.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then they found him in the woods. They found the little girl in the woods.
But it said that he actually raped her.
Yeah. He did rape her. No me acordaba.
After he killed her.
After he killed her. That's the thing. Like,
that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's insane. So I'm telling you, there's so many stories that are similar.
But yeah, that was my story, guys.
And and this podcast was a little dark. Like, even
it has me thinking a lot. Like, holy cow.
Yeah. And guys, I wanted to say shout out the person who actually requested this case, because you you put on our questions. You had said I forgot to screenshot
what would be
the
next topic.
What would you guys like to hear from us next? Oh no, they said, do you have a topic you would like us to discuss? And then shout out to Miriam J. She was the one that put murder cold cases.
Yeah. Yes, which I was like, yes, es mi mero mole. Like, no es mi, like, okay, it sounds pretty bad.
It's dark, but at the same time,
to hear about things that has happened to people out here in the world, you know, and it's not just cookies and creams and stuff.
Exactly.
So I like to look into it, and it also helps, you know, to keep that eye out and know what to do if you're ever in weird or bad situations. You know what to do, or you know, stuff like that.
Stay alert.
Yeah, stay alert.
Ni lo que hicimos in Halloween, like,
for real.
Yeah, pero like, I feel like I could do another podcast of this.
Yeah, because there's so many. Like the case that they're just about the boy in the box.
Oh yeah,
that broke my heart.
Yeah, y también the guy from the Walmart.
Yeah, you wanted to talk about that one.
I did wanted to mention that one, but all I'm gonna say about I don't know if anybody else did see it, of the report of the gentleman that did shoot up. He shot his co-workers. Just to say it out there, he actually left a note, and he actually says, he did sound a little crazy because he did say that Satan supposedly made him do it. But
he sounds very cultured. He sounds like he knows what he, like, you know, he wasn't just a rando, like, you know, like, obviously he was a rando, but you know what I mean, like, he sounded like he knows what he was talking about.
Like, logical. He sounded like he knew what he was doing. I felt like he did this as a lesson. because he did leave a note, and he did say why he shot each and he says why he shot each and every person. They were bullying him. They were making fun of his shoes. They were making fun of him in general. They were mistreating him. They were treating him like he was a piece of nothing. And he actually spared a person's life, and he says it in the note. He says, I spared blank, I don't know their name.
They crossed him out.
I spared them their life because they had a special place in my heart. So it's like, to me, I feel like he did it as a lesson, like, don't punk nobody, because this can hit somebody bad, where it tragically makes them do it. And he says, like, I didn't want to kill them. I did not want to shoot them. That was not my intention, but I had to. You know, which I'm like, damn, dude.
But that is so, like, I mean, you're humanizing a person that did something bad. And I know there is bad people out there that sometimes you're like, damn, like, you know, they're questionable to be on earth. Like, trust me, I know there's bullies, people that
adults that are bullies,
and like they're nasty. Like, I get that, but I feel like
it doesn't justify you taking a life.
To take a life. Like that's somebody's child, that's somebody's grandma.
I completely agree, but I still, you know, like, I still want to, you know, wanted to put out there,
it's an interesting case
that he did it. I feel like he did it as a lesson, like, look, guys, this is what could happen if you do this and this and that.
I'm pretty sure there is a lot of lessons out there. Like, there's a lot of
with everything.
But, like, I feel like there's
that was crazy. When I read the note, I was like, damn, bro, because he actually says, like, oh, and I wish this wasn't happening. I wish I had a girlfriend. I wish I had a wife. I wish I had kids. Like, he was wishing all these things, but he dead ass stopped and decided to kill these people.
And then what happened to him?
He shot him. After he killed them, he shot himself in the head.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, it's like you guys say, it's like a reality check for the ones that are the grown-ass adults that know better.
For sure, know? Because
you have to reflect on your choices. I feel like nowadays we feel like because we're adults, we can handle anything.
No,
not really. Not really.
So so it was intense, but I do want to say it does help, like, you know, to have these for me, it helped, like, bring it out, like, for people to remember her, that this was a person and she was missing and this happened to her. Like, because I feel like obviously time goes by and people forget that these people are alive for this tragedy happened.
Or like we said earlier, we when they do documentaries, we see it like another TV show, another TV episode. And we forget that these are real people.
And it happened to actual people. Which is so sad. But thank you for tuning in. It was, I like this. Like you said, I just wanted to bring their names out again, and may they rest in peace, everybody.
For sure. To lighten up the mood a little bit, thank you guys for, like Karina said, tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on social medias. So we're gonna put a little poll out there on after this drops on Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Keep an eye out on Instagram. And we're gonna post an anonymous Q&A. So I can't wait.
Léanlo bien. Read it correctly. Stop playing. Like, no, seriously. No, seriously. Like, all jokes aside, read the question correctly. Like, let's not go back to school, guys. Watch out, okay? Read the question correctly. If you don't want to answer it, don't answer it. Just don't act a fool, because this is not.
Don't get me wrong. When they want to act a fool, I can act.
Oh yeah, we can act the same.
We can act the same,
but still, don't waste our time. If you really have questions or anything you want to say, just be real. Don't joke around.
And it really is anonymous. Like, we have no idea who it is. So like, you don't hesitate. Like, we really, like, as long as you hit that link, we won't know who you are.
Exactly.
Definitely. And don't forget to follow us on TikTok. Oh, I love this TikTok that came out. I love it.
So check it out.
So go check it out. Don't forget to rate our podcast. Let us know if you have a little bit, you know, something you want to tell us. ¿Cómo se dice? Criticism. We take criticism.
Nice ones.
I'm just playing. No, but like, if you have constructive criticism. No me vas a decir, valen verga, porque, pues, no. Dime por qué.
For real.
Si valemos verga, dime, pero ¿por qué?
Dime por qué. O sea, no nomás me estés ahí inventando cosas. Like, okay. So, anything else you guys want to add?
Nope.
No,
Stay
guys.
safe.
Yeah.
YOLO.
For real, YOLO.
Stay safe, YOLO.
Just do YOLO
once
safely.
in a while.
Yeah, do YOLO safely. There you go.
Yeah. And shout out to Joanna.
Oh, all right.
We love you and miss you.
All right, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
So this is Jessica,
Joanna, Jessie,
Karina.
and this is
Ready or Not, Latinas, here we come.